We can't wait till Saturday.
What was the official offer to Caitlin?
It was 2 years, $5 million a year. And plus, we were going to do cool stuff with merch. And
because Caitlin Clark is the kind of person who values her roots and her fans more than any stack of foreign cash athletes these days, who typically chase that big fat paycheck overseas without a second thought. She just threw out her contract with Europe. After all, who cares about loyalty when there's more money on the table?
Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer.
However, Caitlin is built differently. As the contract negotiations were coming to an end, she was invited to return to Iowa, and rather than rushing to Europe, she chose to stay home. Let's face it, this decision likely left everyone speechless, especially one person who is constantly talking about their financial difficulties.
The money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas and possibly not returning.
You may be asking yourself, what's the big deal? But wait, you're supposed to say yes when someone offers you the opportunity to play in Europe, especially with a salary that would far above anything the WNBA has to offer.
And it's going to be the top 30 athletes where we'll play 3-on-3, 1-on-1, and just be home, be in market, and be able to be, in a market that isn't a W team, but continue to grow the game and grow brands.
In addition to numbers, European contracts for athletes like Clark come with a whole lot of luxury. We're talking about first-rate lodging, VIP treatment, and a whole new fan base that is just waiting to shout your name. For most athletes, it's like hitting the career jackpot, a one-way ticket to fame and fortune that most players can't turn down.
But in the past, the only on-record revenue that I could find of the WNBA is $60 million. Now, there has been rumors, there has been reports, there has been many things that say that the WNBA was projected to make $180 to $200 million in revenue for the 2023 season.
However, Caitlin Clark, after considering all of that, she decided to put Iowa for Europe, choosing loyalty over luxury. Just consider that while the best in Europe are earning six figures, WNBA rookies typically earn between $62,000 and $75,000, and Clark is no exception. Even with her Rookie of the Year performance, her WNBA salary is pennies in comparison to what she could have made abroad, but instead of following the crowd and cashing in, she saw something much more valuable right here at home when she returned to Iowa for a homecoming like no other at King Stadium. The stadium was bustling with thousands of fans, old teammates, and coaches who weren't just there to cheer her on, but also to let her know that she meant something to them. For Caitlin, it wasn't about a paycheck. It was about showing up for the place that supported her every step of the way, not for a contract or a crowd, but because this was personal. And let's face it, that kind of loyalty is practically unheard of these days.
If you guys want a full breakdown, definitely go check out that video. When we look at the numbers, I'll just do a really quick scenario for you. When we look at the numbers and when we look at what the WNBA has earned over the past years and the entirety of the WNBA, the numbers actually make sense.
Now, don't assume for a moment that she gave up something trivial. European basketball is an all-access pass to everything a star could possibly desire, not just a pay boost. With all the benefits you can think of, European clubs go above and beyond to keep their big names satisfied. For many WNBA players, it's a golden escape from the strict budgets and hectic schedules back in the States. They get to live it up in glitzy cities like Istanbul, Moscow, or Barcelona and earn twice or even triple what the WNBA could ever offer. However, leaving that kind of lifestyle and income is no small accomplishment.
Caitlin Clark, the rest of her Iowa team back on campus, celebrating their accomplishments.
Given that Clark's ties to Iowa are rooted in family rather than basketball, why did she leave? Her homecoming wasn't a publicity stunt. Rather, it was a reunion full of love and memories. Her coach, Lisa Bleer, who is more of a mentor than anything else, was there to bring her old teammates, Gabby Marshall and Kate Martin, ready with laughs that only years of playing together could bring. Her pride was evident. This wasn't a team, it was family. Caitlin's decision to forego Europe in order to maintain these ties is a statement rather than just an act of loyalty.
I think he was even talk about a percentage in team ownership. We were gonna, we believe her coming into the big three would be such a big deal that, all boats would rise and the league would benefit from the attention and to see, if she can actually do it against.
Caitlin Clark made a bold, straight from the heart declaration when she turned down a multi-million-dollar opportunity in Europe to remain near Iowa. Hawkeye Nation had always supported her, and this was her way of saying, "You stood by me, so I'm sticking around for you."
Caitlin is a great teammate, and if she wasn't a great teammate, it might be hard. If she walked around like she was the star, she doesn't walk around like that.
Caitlin's bond with Hawkeye Nation went beyond at Kinnick Stadium. Thousands of fans dressed in black and gold filled the stands, holding signs with her name and number as if they were welcoming a local legend, which, let's face it, she definitely is. And it wasn't just a sea of familiar faces cheering her on. It was a sea of people who had been supporting her since her first shot at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Choosing Iowa over Europe was about honoring those rots because Caitlin's ties to her hometown run far deeper than a contract applause. This devotion wasn't unexpected. Iowa fans had supported her during every game and record-breaking NCAA moment, and even after she joined the Indiana Fever in the WNBA, they hosted watch parties, shared her highlights on social media, and drove miles to watch her play, even on the national stage. Hawkeye fans made sure Caitlin felt that she had hometown support, which is uncommon to find such a devoted fan base, and Caitlin was aware of it.
Caitlin, you secured Rookie of the Year and First Team WNBA, but I have to ask, what was it like playing each other?
Well, minus the 4 times I lost to Kate, pretty good, but it was fun. Obviously, getting to live out your dream and do it at that highest level was pretty cool.
And it wasn't only the admirers. Her homecoming was a reunion with those who helped to shape her path, such as her teammates Gabby Marshall and Kate Martin, who were with her through every high and low. This wasn't just a catch-up. It was a reminder of everything they had built together on that court, and her coach Lisa Bleer, who is Caitlin's guiding light, witnessed her change from a star-eyed freshman to a WNBA powerhouse. Seeing her back at Kinnick wasn't just an emotional moment for the fans. It was a full-circle moment for Blooder, who understood Caitlin's success on a whole new level.
Thank you. Our careers were incredible, and a lot of it was because of you guys. So we feel very fortunate to have played at a place like this, and we're happy to be back. So thank you, and let's get a win.
All of this, the memories, the friendships, while other athletes may be packing their bags for a bigger paycheck overseas, Caitlin's decision served as a stark reminder that some things, like loyalty and roots, are worth more than any bank account. Not even her WNBA Spotlight title changed that about her. Instead, she returned to Iowa, keeping her relationships and her sense of home above all else. This kind of groundedness is practically unheard of in today's sports world, where fame and fortune can easily steal an athlete away. But for Caitlin, Iowa is more than just a place on a map. It's home, and the people who have supported her journey, from ardent fans to teammates, make it irreplaceable.
You never know how quickly they're going to adapt to the WNBA game coming from college. And I think that Caitlin has done surprisingly well, how quickly she's adapted to this game.
Additionally, if you're new to basketball and simply joined the trend because of Caitlin Clark, be ready, because you missed an incredible journey during her Hawkeye days. There were several incredible events throughout Caitlin's stay with Iowa that elevated the program to a new level. Features like her triple-doubles, which she only accomplished 3 times during the 2022 to 2023 season, and her game-winning buzzer beater against Indiana on February 26, 2023, which not only won the game but also effectively stopped time, gave her ice-cold focus. And her ability to seize the game's final seconds made her an iconic figure that made headlines and made her the basketball legend she is today.
You guys gonna guess what? C! Give me a C, please! Caitlin is coming back? R!
And let's face it, It wasn't only her outrageous abilities that helped Iowa reach consecutive Final Fours in 2023 and 2024. Rather, it was her leadership, which combined assurance and reliability to propel the Hawkeyes into unimaginable heights. Caitlin did more than simply play for Iowa. She revolutionized the program, and her fans joined a movement rather than just watching her games.
Iowa women's basketball team being honored on the field moments ago, and there is the legend Caitlin Clark with some bling on her hand, Big Ten tournament championship rings, and there is her coach, another Iowa coaching legend, Lisa Pluter, who of course retired after last season. Jan Jensen, now the head coach of the program, and all kinds of hardware on the field.
The Carver with record-breaking attendance and a buzzing intensity that was likely sensed from miles away, Hawkeye Arena transformed into a fortress. Every game was an experience rather than just a match. Caitlin's presence on that court was more than just noticeable. It brought fans together in a manner that very few athletes ever do. Beyond statistics and awards, Clark's effect is felt by her followers, who see her as someone who personifies Iowa's values by putting loyalty ahead of money. She didn't only lead by example, she also sparked a movement. Iowa basketball is more than simply a sport. It's a vibrant, long-lasting community. Long after her final dribble, her influence can be seen in every young player who now thinks that Iowa isn't simply the place where dreams begin, but also where they may become reality.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. Like, for me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid. I've loved every second of playing sports, but also my parents always preach there's so much more to life than just...
Since Caitlin started playing for the Hawkeyes, youth basketball participation among females in Iowa has increased by 30%. This isn't just a statistic, it's also evidence of her impact on these young girls. Caitlin is more than just a highlight reel. She is evidence that greatness doesn't have to come from far away. Young athletes like JGI demonstrated to them that success can occur at home. Who says Caitlin is the reason she started playing basketball? People view her as a model and a role model, and her tale demonstrates that achieving greatness doesn't need leaving home. Caitlin Clark has come to represent all young athletes who once believed they would have to leave Iowa in order to succeed.